Hello, and welcome back to the final episode of the week for Hooky Hour. We are in the thick of things, I'm sure, between Mel and Nell. We got some interesting developments, including a knocking at the door, and it's raining, and they're playing cards. And that's where we left off from last time, so we might as well pick up right now. The rain just won't let up. I can't sleep. I wonder what the commotion earlier was about. Surely I could ask someone what it was. Oh, for goodness sake. It's all the storm's fault. That's why I can't sleep. I'm just fretting over nothing. I'm sure Nellie was right. It was just a cat. Cat knocking loudly at the door, for sure. Maybe a dog. But dogs don't knock. What am I talking about? I can't sleep. I hardly ever have this much trouble falling asleep. I love his face right now. That's just one. That is like when you're fresh out of out of the dentist's office because they just put you asleep because they got done pulling out your wisdom teeth. Not that I would know anything about that, of course. I would never make dumb expressions such as that one. Dot, dot, dot. What could this feeling be, I wonder? It's not quite foreboding. Walking around the house at this time of night isn't going to help anything. But I'm not going to fall asleep just lying there. I don't like it. We're already in the thick of things. I hate this so much. Oh, and we got like organ music. Oh, or something. Backwards music? No. No, I hate this so much. The only sounds that could be heard in the dark corridors were the sharp pitter-patter of the rain, his footsteps, and his breathing. Though he was intimately familiar with the layout of the house, that night, the hallways felt like an endless labyrinth veiled in shadows. No moonlight shone through the windows, so he naturally found himself moving cautiously, despite being in his own residence. Oh god, I don't know if I can make it through this episode, man. I'm gonna turn into a ghost. Keeping the palm of his hand pressed up against the chilly wall, he put one foot in front of the other. But to where was he supposed to head? Mel, of course, had no way of answering that question himself. Just go back to sleep, kid. If he had anything, it was guidance from above, the path to his destination lit by flashes of lightning. Or perhaps there was something else leading him along. The wisdom of God, I'm sure. Though he progressed with a fair bit of hesitation in his step, Mel was slowly but surely drawing nearer to one room in particular. He made his way through the seemingly endless halls. Oh, I hate every single screen transition. Past the living room, its fireplace long since cooled. Is he going to Nell's room and into another corridor? Oh boy, okay. And then stopped outside an Abigail's bedchamber. The dim glow of a lamp spilled through the cracks in the door. A gust of wind is not necessary to make a flame flicker. A person's movements or vibrations in the air from someone speaking, the slightest of motions can cause the light of a fire to quiver, shifting subtly as though nudged by an invisible fingertip. I can see light from inside. Is she still awake? It's okay, you know what? Maybe I'll calm my nerves by just making the voice as ridiculous as possible. A voice. He seemed to be hesitating. It would not be difficult for him to approach the door and peer inside. But he had reservations about peeping in on another's bedchambers, even if it was his own house. Moreover, this room was assigned to a woman. There was a woman behind that door. What would you do, Master, in this situation? Would you succumb to your curiosity and gaze inside? Nope. I would respect the owner's privacy. I shouldn't be doing this. But the voice, it feels like it's calling to me? Or someone else. Could be my sister, given she has like a similar sounding name, but yes, me. Could sense someone watching me at that moment. He had succumbed to his curiosity. He stood on the other side of the door from me, his flaxen eyes, I sure do love that word, open wide, trying to remain as invisible as possible. Okay, so he's watching the maiden that's like taking her hand. The wavering in his heart seemed to create faint ripples in the air, which I pretended not to notice. Yes, I knew he was there. I could sense his presence and his wavering emotions. However, I could not begin to speculate as to his true feelings or how great a surprise this was to him. I too am discovering new facets of this tale by viewing it through the eyes of the mansion. But it is not I who is of concern, Master. It is you. You and Mel. I know I shouldn't be doing this. I should be ashamed of myself. But I can't look away. Okay. Who is that? Her skin, it's so pale you can practically see through it. Get some sunlight, you broad. Is it that white because she was out in the cold rain? Her hair is white as snow and her eyes, they're like, how do I describe it? Super dead? My vocabulary truly lacks for situations like this. They look like... Oh god, I don't want her eyes to open. Like blood, okay. Gonna click. No, that's just disturbing. Thin wine, perhaps? No, more translucent than that. Gemstones, then? Yes, gemstones. Her eyes are like rubies. I've never seen anyone like her before. What could they be talking about? Mel's eyes were affixed on the peculiar young woman. She had glass-like skin, eyes that glimmered in the flickering candlelight, and snow-white hair that flowed like luxurious silk. But her lips were bluish-purple, her soft, delicate skin sullied with grime, her twinkling eyes pointed down at the floor, and her hair a disheveled mess. She was, even at a glance, clearly not a lady of means. The tips of her fingers were cracked from the cold, her nails pale from malnutrition, and her garb little more than rags. However, true beauty is always visible, no matter what it may be hidden beneath. Even wrapped in a veil of insalubrity. Insalubrity? Oh man, this game is throwing words at me even I, an English major, would not know off the top of my head. So, I am sorry for butchering that pronunciation. Even if she thought herself hideous, I wondered what happened to her. Mel could no longer avert his gaze from the girl's visage. He had, for the time being, forgotten the shame he felt for peeping. As he strained his ears to hear the conversation taking place inside, a sickly voice arose from the white-haired girl's purple lips. So feeble was the sound that a gentle breeze blowing through the room could carry it away. I apologize for the trouble. Think nothing of it. Give your apologies and thanks to the mistress. Understood. There's something strangely comforting about this house, almost as if I've been here before. If my father were here, I'm sure he'd be quite fond of it. I'm sorry about your father. There's nothing you could have done, I imagine. When you came to our rescue, he was already... Dude. Rescue? Father? Was that perchance what the commotion was about? Oh, okay. He stared intently, entranced by the scene unfolding beyond the door. Now I'm starting to loosen up a little bit. I don't This game is definitely suckering me into something. But I feel okay for now. A gaze can often signal one's presence to others more effectively than words. The white-haired girl could likely sense him there as well. She flicked her gem-like eyes upward. Oh yeah, look at that. Alright, very slow with the transition. That was when the boy finally felt a pang of panic. For a split second, his flaxen eyes met her ruby eyes, causing him to recoil from the door. His heart was pounding like the rain outside. Careful not to make another sound, he took 1-2 steps away. Did she catch me? I'm not sure. I like to imagine just monologuing this out loud. It was only for a moment, I promise. She can't have seen me. The boy did not have the courage to peek in on the room a second time, so he cautiously returned to his bedchamber as quietly as he could manage. Can we, like... But even beneath his covers, he could not erase that girl's eyes from his memory. Her melancholic red irises, her voice delicate as a glass sculpture, her pale, almost lifeless skin, her pure white hair. Every singular detail kept him from banishing her image from his mind. She was actually a lycanthrope! Nor could he restrain his heavily pounding heart. He had finally found true love. Who could she be? Are we done? Okay. Woo! Alright. Is something the matter? No. I just thought I felt someone watching us. I'm sure it's only your imagination, I'm sure. If not your imagination, then perhaps some unseen force is watching you. Oh, it's not. Unseen force? Are you familiar with how people refer to this mansion? Rose Manor. Yes, indeed. It is called Rose Manor because you can smell the sweet fragrance of the rose garden even at a great distance. But that is not what I meant. It is said that a witch resides within the house. Ah, a witch. I have not heard of any such stories. You probably wouldn't have. It was a very, very long time ago. Nothing you need to concern yourself with. You have a peculiar presence about you. I'm going to assume that the maid is the witch already. Considering she is talking to us in the future, while also being in this cutscene. This giant, long cutscene of the past is being played out for us. Should I consider that a compliment? It's getting late. You should get some rest. A room has already been set aside for you. But first, may I ask you one thing? Yes? I do not believe you've given me your name yet. My name is Sabrina the Teenage Witch. My name is... And we'll never know. L. Huh? Wake up. Get up, Mel! What? Huh? It's morning? You disappoint me, dearest Mel. It's very much long since morning. I didn't see you at breakfast, so I came to find out what was the matter. I've been asleep that long. And Father is too lenient on you, dearest Mel. Oversleeping is hardly proper behavior for a firstborn son. I know. But before that... Yes, dearest Mel? What are you doing in here? You can't just go prancing into a boy's bedchamber. Leave that to the servants. Aw, you... You know what you did, Mel. I don't have to recap what just happened. I did send one for you. You're the one who refused to wake up. Besides, it's not like we're strangers. We used to sleep together all the time. That was long ago. Don't say that. Things are different now. Oh, you're overthinking it, silly. Now hurry up. Out of bed, sleepyhead. Alright, I'm getting up. So you can see yourself out. Oh my, you look awful, dearest Mel. For someone who overslept, you look like you didn't get a wink last night. You think so? You didn't go out on the town last night, did you? Naughty, naughty boy. I would never. You know that. You squeaked. I don't think I believe you. I didn't go out last night or anything. I'm tired because you had me playing cards till late, Nelly. Hey, we weren't playing for that long. Besides, look at me, I got up just fine. Anyway, shoo. I can't get dressed with you in here. Fine, I'm leaving. Phew. That is also the exact phrase I'm muttering after that late night scene. And I think that is also where we are going to call today's episode. After sweating some good old buckets of fierce sweat, I'm good to chillax for the time being. If you want to see more of the series, by all means leave a comment down below. Maybe give this video and all the other ones a thumbs up. Recommend it to all your friends and family, assuming you won't get a secondhand embarrassment from them listening to me. All that fun and wonderful stuff. But until next time, I'll see you then. Bye!